Hey everybody. So this will be your 2021 roundup. The last time I saw you guys, it was actually Christmas time, and so it was pretty appropriate just to say, look, here's everything I've got available for you right now. And but the purpose of this is to launch forward into 2021 and bring you up to speed with everything I'm about to make available for you. About 2 years ago, I was actually listening to, I guess it was CBC Radio up in Canada, and Randy Bachman from Bachman Turner Overdrive, BTO. He's got a show called on there. What's it called? Not Final Cafe. That's Stuart McLean. Best storyteller ever. No, it was the Vinyl Tap. Vinyl Tap with Randy Bachman. That's what it was. So anyway, he launched into this sort of long shopping list. Come here. Hey, Pops. Come on. Come on. Come here. Hup, hup, hup. Come on. Good girl. I might have to do that once in a while. You stay here. Rogue. Come on. Chocolate Labs. Can't live with them. Can't live without them. Okay, good Pops. You stay close. So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by two big chunks of chocolate fur, he went through this long list of all the things he accomplished that year. This is about 2 years ago. And I remember at first I was thinking, well, this is a lot of braggadocio. This is like kind of annoying. But then after a while, my feeling changed, and I actually kind of started to feel kind of shame. I'd been doing nothing. Here's this guy over 70, and he's just rhyming off this list of accomplishments that was astounding, that anybody could accomplish that much in 1 year. And I went from, kind of mocking to, that guy's done a lot. What have I done? I haven't done anything. It was a slack year. And then that shifted to motivation. Then I was motivated. I said, you know what? This time next year, that was 2 years ago, this time next year, I'm going to have a list that long. I'm going to make sure of it. And sure enough, for the past 2 years now, I have been busy. All right, got that story out of the way. But the point of that story is so that you don't think I'm just here rhyming off a list of things to bragging rights, or anything like that. No, this is actually, I had a really good year in 2020 as far as putting stuff out, but 2021 is going to be even better. And where does it start? I'm glad you asked. It starts, of course, with the fact that we reprinted the 20th anniversary film collection. 76 films, basically my entire career up until about a year ago, of everything that I've ever produced. And so there's 76 films in all. I've been involved in over 100 documentaries, but these are ones that I was responsible for. And you've got all the Survivorman, and A Note From Me, and Survivorman Bigfoot, and Beyond Survival. It just keeps going. So this package, this is the last time that I'll make this available. Once these ones sell out, they're done. All right, what else do I have? Oh, a little notice here that, remember this? Yeah. So this book is still out there. It's still selling. It still does well. I would still put it up pound for pound, page for page against any survival manual out there as being the most realistic and therefore I think the most helpful. But it's also now out in audio form. So this book is out on audible.com. You can go and listen to my voice if you want to hear me talk to you for like 8 hours or something. I read it myself. So there you go. Audible.com for that book. All right, so here's what's coming up. That's just a little sort of tag over from 2020. But here's what's coming up. Let's start with the podcast. So I launched a new podcast, Surviving Life with Les Stroud. And I interview people that inspire me and motivate me. I tell stories that inspire and motivate. I do little monologues that hopefully inspire and motivate. I definitely cover the outdoor world, and I cover survival somewhat. But I also cover, I've got Bruce Coburn on there, for example, or Mike Klink, producer for Guns N' Roses. But then I've got David Halliday, survival legend. And just recently, I just finished editing them. I've got a part 1, part 2, and part 3 of my one-sided conversation, I call it, my monologue on the subject of, wait for it, Bigfoot. So that's coming up. So subscribe to my podcast wherever you get your podcasts. But it's called Surviving Life with Les Stroud. And I will be putting them up on this YouTube channel as well in video form, either with a static photo or if there's actually video when I was recording them. So yeah, Surviving Life with Les Stroud, my new podcast. Please subscribe. They're free. What else have I got here? So many things, I had to make a list. Right, Wild Harvest. Season 1 is out. It's on hundreds of public television stations presented by APT throughout the United States, but it's also bleeding up into Canada, so you can get it in Canada. Well, where'd she go now? Hey, River, stay close. Come on. Good girl. That's a good girl. Okay, Wild Harvest, airing now. And we just sold it to Norway and Sweden. And now I'm talking with a deal for all of the Asia Pacific territories. So Wild Harvest is happening. It's an awesome show. You know what? Why don't I show you the latest promo? Here, watch this. When you first go out there to pick a mushroom, this is probably not what anybody envisions. But when we put together our strengths, this is exactly what we get. Go a small distance and gather something that becomes delicious on the kitchen table. Okay, so that's happening right now, and yes, Season 2 is upon us. Kevin and Paul and I are heading out to start filming Season 2 as soon as the pandemic allows us to, but we're getting there. So Season 2 will happen as well. All right, this YouTube channel, this is vital. This YouTube channel at the moment is kind of everything to me. If you guys stick with me on this, if you subscribe, if you hit the like buttons, all those things that the algorithm loves, it's all good for me. It keeps me going. It does give me a few bucks, and for those of you who want to criticize me for that, whatever. It does give me a few bucks. It doesn't pay me like, you know, I'm out producing for Discovery Channel or National Geographic, that level, but it does keep me going to keep bringing you all of this content. So I really appreciate it when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Survivorman Les Stroud, and especially what you can do, if you want to know how to properly use it, the playlists. Forget everything else. Just look at the playlists. Click on a playlist or scroll the playlist. It's like, wow, I didn't know you had another whole playlist on Bigfoot. I didn't know you had a Wild Harvest playlist. I didn't know you had a Survivorman Season X playlist. Check the playlist out. So this YouTube channel is important to me, and you help me keep it vibrant. Who knows? If we can get the subscribers up to 1 million, then I ain't stopping. And that means heading out there and producing more and more of the content that I know you love. And let's face it, there's tons of it out there now, but we all know who did it first. Okay, next up. Right. Surviving Disasters with Les Stroud. I'm producing that right now. I wish I was in the bush. I'm not. I'm at home, but I'm producing Surviving Disasters with Les Stroud for American Public Television, and it will be launching. We're trying for March. Got to be honest, the pandemic's kind of getting in the way, but I'm still trying for March. And it's a 90-minute special on surviving disasters. Earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, blackouts, freeze-outs, blizzards, pandemics, you name it. And I've been working every single day in the edit suite on it, and it's going to be powerful, I think. So get ready for that. You know what? Why don't I do the same thing here? You want a sneak peek? Here's the first few moments, which means I still have to work on it. But here's the first few moments of Surviving Disasters with Les Stroud.
The back door. Oh my God, look at the damage. Look at the damage. I mean, this is my back area right here. We have siding all over the place. Look at the siding. Jeez.
2020 is the 6th year in a row where 10 or more weather catastrophes have cost $1 billion each. In 2019 and 20, 2,700 tornadoes killed over 120 people. In 2020 had a record-breaking 12 hurricanes, killing at least 63, as well as a massive windstorm cutting across southeast Dakota all the way to Ohio. floods lasted longer than 7 months in 2019 and destroyed $3 billion worth of property. And in 2020, 56 Americans lost their lives to flooding. 2 frigid blizzards put over 150,000 people out of power in the middle of winter. 4 major wildfires destroyed 22,000 structures and killed over 100 people in 2019. And in 2020, the nation watched as 13 million acres burned. Tens of thousands of pets and farm animals lost or killed. Thousands of businesses bankrupt. In 2020, the pandemic known as COVID-19 killed over 340,000 people, and it's not done yet. All of these statistics were just the continental United States.
So why are we never prepared? Why do some of us not survive? And why is recovery often so painful? I'm Les Stroud, and I want to help you survive natural disasters.
Okay, now, here's an important message. Forest River RVs. All right, now am I starting to sound like a hawkman? Is he going to start talking about product lines? No, you got to understand something. The way the world is working these days when it comes to creating content, it's strange, but it's almost coming full cycle. Remember the old days? Maybe you don't, but there were old days when entertainers with names like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin would have shows, and they'd say, presented by Lucky Strike, presented by Sunlight Distribution, something like that. We kind of gone back to that. Now, is that cheesy? Is that presented? It's not. I'll tell you why it's not. Because these companies make it possible to produce the content. End of story. And I am hugely indebted to Forest River RVs because they got behind Wild Harvest right away and supported me in making the show, in making the series. And besides, how many of you guys are out there right now in your RVs because you can't fly to Europe? The cruise trip through Norway is gone. The biking trip in Italy is out the window. Not going down to Tonga this year. So let's go get an RV and let's go see the beautiful North American wilderness. And so I am very much in debt to Forest River for jumping on board of Wild Harvest and helping me make the show happen. There is more to tell you, but I've got to get at it first. There is everything that I've been saying to you right now, and then some, because as always, I'm working on new stuff. So I'll let you in on a little secret. Years ago, I remember saying, there's going to come a day when we won't have to worry about the television networks and dancing to their drum. And we're just going to put stuff online and it's going to work. And it wasn't possible back then. 10 years later, nothing's possible now. So I'm still happy to produce for standard television and put out high quality programming, but the work that I want to do for YouTube is going to be up to my standard. These ain't no TikTok videos. And, oh, what are you barking at? See, even my dog's upset when I mention low quality. You like high quality, don't you? Don't you? Don't you like high quality? Ah, dumb mutt. All right. Also coming out in 2021 is my first children's book. Thank you, Anik Press out of Toronto, Canada. Helped me launch this book. Wonderful illustrations by Andrew P. Barr and wonderful photographs by Laura Bombier. This book, I love it. I'm so stoked and excited for 7 to 12-year-olds, and it launches in March. I think your kids are going to love this. And it speaks of all my adventures and teaches things, and there's practical things that you can do that are taught in here. So there you go. Launched my first children's book this year. Wow. It's a lot of stuff, isn't it? New podcast, new children's book, the 20th anniversary still out there, new Audible book, new series Wild Harvest, new special Surviving Disasters, and YouTube chock-a-block full with as much content as I can bring you. What else is coming up in 2021? Music, tons of it. I will be releasing, finally, my double vinyl album, Mother Earth, and at least 100 live videos for music. So I am back on my music train for 2021 with a lot to come out to you. This is the way I'd like to sum up what I'm trying to present to you. It's based on a philosophy. If you're a content creator, if you're an artist, I hope you adopt this philosophy as well. I learned it a number of years ago. If I'm asking you to listen to a 3-minute song or a 5-minute song or watch a 2-minute clip on how-tos or a 40-minute episode of Survivorman or a 25-minute episode of Wild Harvest, if I'm asking you to view, listen to, read, enjoy my content, then I'm essentially asking to take from you the amount of time it takes you to enjoy my work, to take that time from you, from your life. What right do I have to take your time if I'm not putting my all, my heart, my passion, and whatever talent I have into the piece that I've created, be it a book, a song, a short video clip, a documentary special, or a TV series. Either way, that's all content creation. That's all artistry in my minds. And I'm asking you to look at what? Look at my crap? Well, I don't have that right unless I put everything into it. And so that's all I can really promise you. I can't say you'll like it. Maybe you won't. Oh, by the way, a word later, I'll be doing another video to deal with the trolls and the haters. Yeah, they got one coming. But I digress. On the bright side of things, I do this for you, and I don't have to do it anymore. I do it because I love to, because I want to. It's fun, because I know it might bring a little bit of inspiration into your life, a bit of enjoyment. And that's why if I don't do my absolute best in whatever it is that I create, well, shame on me. So I do endeavor to always bring you my best. That's it. It's my promise for 2021. It's a lot. And there's still more, but it's going to be fun.